All morning we have been waiting, and the moment has arrived. Miss Fran Drescher, good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you?
I am fantastic. It is so good to talk to you. I've been my generation, like, I was right in the Nanny years. Like, that was
great.
A formidable part of my childhood, so I feel like I kind of know you and like I grew up with you.
Awesome.
We got to talk to your little, the youngest daughter on the Nanny when she
Madeline Zima.
Yes, when she showed her breasts on Californication, and as a guy who watched her grow up, I felt a little weird about that, but...
You felt weird.
Yeah, imagine you were the nanny, and that little girl's showing her bazumbas.
I know, where did I go wrong?
Exactly. Well, now you've continuing...
But, sometimes an actress, and she's a powerful actress, I've worked with her since the Nanny. I've actually directed her, and she probably felt like she needed to do something like that to bust out of the child star box and be seen more as a woman and a leading lady, which she is,
That's a good point. Yeah, it's a kind of a good way to go out and show, like, hey, I'm not the cute-looking young lady. I can do it all.
I'm sure that there's more than one way to do it, but that opportunity came to her, and I would imagine after much deliberation, she felt like, you know what, I'm going to go for it.
Exactly. Before we get to all the other stuff I want to talk to you about, Fran, let's talk about Happily Divorced, since that's what we're talking about. You're playing Fran. Was the character named Fran, or is this like a funny joke that you want to be Fran and everything? Is this based kind of on you? Tell us the story.
Well, it started with the Nanny, and I always thought, that show is definitely written for me, and I was the centerpiece of it. And I thought, Lucy was called Lucy, Tony Danza was called Tony, Bob Newhart was called Bob, and I thought, I guess people with really, big personalities use their own names.
Yeah.
So I wanted to use my own name, and from that point forward, it has kind of seemed like, as it did for Lucy, Tony, and Bob, and probably others that I'm not thinking of, I think that the persona probably transcends the character, and people just feel like they're watching you in another situation.
I like it. So kind of, we were talking about Madeline Zima. You're saying, like, she kind of had to do something to show, hey, I'm different than what you see I am. You're kind of embracing the whole Fran Drescher thing and just saying, like, you get what you get. You see Fran being funny in different sorts of situations, but you're so iconic, you kind of have just embraced that and realized people are going to see me as me no matter what I do.
Yes, I think that it is kind of that way. I'm not trying to say you're going to see a whole different me. I think I'm trying to say, if you like my brand of comedy and you like me, tune in and you'll laugh out loud and feel good.
Excellent. And tune in Wednesday nights here in Billings. It's on at 8:30 on TV Land. I want to ask about Saturday. I loved it because I knew we had this interview with you coming up. Watching Saturday Night Live and seeing Sofia Vergara portray you.
Is that great?
Were you watching it, or did somebody call you and tell you?
I got calls from the East Coast that said, I was in L.A. shooting the show, and they said, tune into SNL tonight because she's doing you. And it was like I immediately sent out a bunch of emails to everyone on the West Coast to alert them that this was happening. And so I was really delighted and very flattered and, thrilled.
What did you think of her impression? Was it it was pretty comical.
Fun and funny, and she's delightful and a very funny actress with a funny accent unto herself.
Exactly.
So I feel very flattered that, they did that, and I also feel very flattered that she and I have been, compared a lot.
Yeah.
And it's nice. It's a good show that she's on, and she's a talented woman, and, it's always good. And it's like, it kind of makes me feel like I've really, gotten to a certain level in my fame where another actress can do me on a show like SNL, and it flies because everyone knows who I am.
Exactly. That's a good point. You can't do that with somebody who's just kind of a name. It has to be somebody that's really universal.
Iconic.
Yeah, they see you and they're like, oh, of course, it's Fran Drescher. I mean, we know her that well. We know that laugh. That's huge.
And I thought Kristen Wiig did an unbelievable Drew Barrymore.
Yes.
It's just they were all great.
That's cool.
I was thrilled.
That's awesome. I like to hear that you took it that way. I want to know what else is going on in your life. Like, what's life like for Fran Drescher? What's your personal life like? I mean, what's going on? What's the day like? Do you relax a lot? Do you work a lot?
Right now, I'm single again, and
congratulations.
I'm enjoying that. I'm in a new place psychologically where I think that maybe I can meet someone that is not trying to fulfill, unresolved issues with my dad, and that is a big leap for me. But I think the last relationship, hopefully, was the last time I'm ever going to do that, and my reward for getting that insight and realizing that this has been a life pattern of relationships, and finally getting it in my head that I should stop doing that. I broke up with the guy, and my reward was that my parents came to visit me. Mm-hmm. My mom, unfortunately, fell in my house, broke her leg, needed surgery, and ended up for several weeks in a rehab place, a rehab hospital, getting physical therapy every day. And my dad became my roommate. And for the first time in my life, I developed a one-on-one closeness with them that in my whole life collectively I hadn't experienced.
Wow.
What I did in the several years that I was, several weeks that I was with him, and that was such a silver lining. And I have to say to anybody that ever goes through anything, there are always silver linings to bad experiences. And, it's an opportunity to seek them out and find them, because sometimes the best gifts come in the ugliest packages.
That's coming from Fran Drescher. So long story short, if you got a problem with your parents, just break one of their hips and everything's going to turn around. I'm going to find my mom. At the end
of the day, that's what I'm saying.
So, everything's good. Any other projects you're working on aside from Happily Divorced, which is on Wednesdays on TV Land? You should check it out. It's doing very well. What else is coming up in the future? Projects, fun stuff, vacations, anything?
Well, first of all, I'm the founder and president of the Schmancer movement, and we're doing a very exciting new program called the Cancer Answer. And the Cancer Answer is prevention, and where you can start is in your home, which is one of the most toxic places we spend most of our time in. So what you clean with, what you eat, and what you put on your skin as personal care items for both you and your family are key in reducing your risk of cancer. So you can go on to the Schmancer website and look at the Trash Cancer Answer, and start making different choices when you go to the market, because as you slowly use the power of consumerism to tell manufacturers that, you're more interested in products that are safe and eco-friendly and biodegradable and hormone-free and pesticide-free, you will be not only changing the things that are available to us, but you'll also be reducing your risk of cancer for both you and your family.
You are all over the map, and I love it. Fran Drescher, Cancer Schmancer. Check it out on the web. Fix your house up. Show those people that we want good products. And check out Happily Divorced Wednesdays on TV Land. I grew up with you. It's a dream come true to finally hear that laugh in person. Fran Drescher, the nanny. Thank you so much for taking time for us, Fran.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me, and have a great day. And thanks to your listeners.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.